and welcome to WRPB and WRPB Studios. You know, I don't know how many times I've said this, and I'll say it a million times. If you have a job to do, use a professional, okay? Because the simplest jobs become the nightmare jobs. And if you do it yourself, understand that at some point in time when you're done, you're going to have to call a professional to fix it. And there are some industries where a professional is even more important because they're licensed and insured. With me is Smitty from Pure
Quality
Electric.
Yes,
How you doing?
How you doing? Thank you for having us.
Okay, so he's licensed and insured, been in the industry forever, okay? And I gotta tell you, it is so important to make sure that you use the right person. So what got you into this?
Well, I was into music, and I had a friend of mine. He wanted me to play in his band, and then he was already working as an electrician, and I was like, well, I'm working nights. I can't rehearse. He's like, hey, we work for an electrical company. Maybe you should try. So he got me in, and I fell in love with it, and I've been an electrician since. So I went and I joined all the apprenticeship programs. They paid for everything, and I stuck with it. And then here I am, 20 years later, a contractor.
You know, it's interesting because I gotta believe that the tests and the requirements are brutal.
Yeah, it's brutal. I've studied for a year to 2 years, every day, nonstop.
I have a young lady that's a good friend of mine. She's doing roofing.
Yes.
Same thing.
Yeah.
She's like, oh my God. And she said, I took everybody out of my life.
Yeah.
And it's just to focus on the books. And she failed the first time.
Yeah.
And she's going to take it again. You know, it's interesting because I complained. I was a realtor in New Jersey. Mm-hmm. And when I had my heart attack in September 2018, I decided, you know what, let me get my license here. So I took the course. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm no youngster. You need 75 to pass. But I run 2 other companies.
Yes.
So I don't really have a lot of time to study.
Yeah.
So you need 75 to pass. I got a 74.
74.
Twice!
Wow.
Twice! Without studying.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to take it again, but now I'm going to focus a little bit on studying.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't need to do it, but I love real estate. And I help a lot of people with their real estate.
Yeah.
So now I'll get my license. And, you know, I had time after the heart attack to recoup and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I can't imagine. Like, I know I took the course. It was a breeze, 60 hours. It was simple. I can't imagine what you had to go through.
Yeah. The tests break up in 2 parts. It's a technical and the business. The technical is 14 books.
Wow.
The business is only one, the contract manual, but it's like this thick. And so you got 5 hours, but that 5 hours, when you sit down, it flies like this.
It's funny. I don't know that I have the ability to sit 5 hours still.
Oh, okay. That 5 hours feels like an hour.
Does it?
Yeah. As soon as you sit down, you got all your books, and before you look, it's gone.
Okay. Yeah. What kind of jobs do you do? And I mean, okay, so I told you I took my mom to assisted living, moved into my house. Mm-hmm. I rented a house, but I have a generator.
Okay.
And I want to have it so that I can plug it into my whole house.
Okay.
You do that kind of stuff?
Yeah, we do. We do backup generators. We do standby and portable. So what we do is we'll do a load calculation and figure out what the house is, what the demand load is. And then we calculate what size generator to match everything. That way you're not undersized and you're not over. And that's pretty much what we do.
Okay. Let's go start from the basics. Mm-hmm. Everybody in Florida, when they buy a home, needs somebody to put in either an outlet in the ceiling for a ceiling fan or whatever. Mm-hmm. Okay? I know when I moved here, my parents bought their house. I put in like four fans. Yeah. Like you do simple stuff like that too?
Yeah, we do everything involving electrical, from one simple receptacle outlet to fans, to recessed lighting, to a full-blown remodel or ground-up projects. Pretty much everything.
You know, it's interesting because some of it seems very simple, but one mistake.
Yeah.
And you're in trouble.
You're in trouble. Well, you have a lot of do-it-yourself out there. There's a lot behind the scenes that you don't see, And the thing about electrical is that you can't see it. So that's what makes it dangerous. Sometimes it's just a black, white wire, and sometimes there's a black and red in there, and sometimes there's three colors in there. If you're not sure about what you're doing, you can just call. It's better to just call a professional.
Well, it's always better to call a
Yes,
professional. I can
yeah,
tell you that right
yeah,
now.
it's better to
Okay,
call a professional.
because what happens with electric is electric and plumbing, meaning the gas and the propane,
Yes.
are the two things that can easily cause fires.
Cause fires, yes.
You know, and people don't get that a lot of times.
Yeah, and the fires, people don't realize how easy it can have a fire erupt in your house. So you have those strips.
Right.
They're meant for cell phones, little stuff, not blenders, not and then you have carpet on the ground. An arc happens, your carpet's lit up now. So you have to be real careful on when you start having too many things plugged in. That's when you can start having an issue.
You know, I have a cell phone. Not that I'm any different from 8 million gazillion other people. And I have it charging. Well, all of a sudden, one night I pick it up, and my fingers are burnt. It's super, super hot.
Yeah.
Now, if this was anything flammable, it probably would have caught on
It would
fire.
have caught, yeah. Well, the cell phone chargers are 12 volts, but I noticed the best thing to do when you're charging your phone, from experience, is to turn it off. Sometimes people put it in the charger and they're doing stuff with it.
Right.
That's making it work and it's creating heat.
Oh, that's
and
interesting.
stuff. Yeah, that's what happens.
That's interesting. Okay, times have changed. Technology has changed
Okay.
since you started,
Oh,
right?
yes.
Let's talk about lighting for a second.
Okay.
Okay, so now you have the fluorescent bulbs that we've used forever, and you have the LED. What's the difference between the fluorescent and the LED? I know that the thing that starts them up, you don't need with LEDs.
You mean the drivers? Well, okay, so the fluorescent bulbs use what they call, it's like a gas tube that's in there.
Uh-huh.
And it needs a ballast to ignite it, which
Right.
the draw on the fluorescents are a lot more than the LEDs. So, in this day and age, we're using a lot more power now. You have electrical vehicles, so there's a demand that's happening. So now what they're doing now, what these engineers are doing, is creating the LED bulbs, and they also have this new technology you're gonna see. It's called PoE lighting.
Okay.
A lot of the lights are gonna be ran by Cat 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called PoE lighting.
All right, so just so you know, Cat 5 is probably similar to what we use for our internet.
Yes.
Okay, that's really interesting, because I know I changed these bulbs in here, the ones that we use just in the ceiling, to LEDs. Ballasts go bad constantly.
Oh yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and changing them. They're not that changing them so difficult, but you have to stand on a ladder. You have to reach over your head and change them. I have a light in one of the front offices. It's a U-shaped fluorescent.
Yeah.
I changed the bulb, and if you maneuver it a certain way, it might come on, it might not come on, and if once you put it in there, it won't come on. It's a guess whether it's going to come on or not.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that within what you do, because you do wire running,
Yeah.
do you do Cat 5 wire running?
Yeah, we do low voltage. So Pure Quality, the license that we have is an unlimited license.
Okay.
So we're state certified.
Right.
We do everything from low voltage to high voltage.
Okay, so when I moved into this space, I put a camera facing the front door.
Yeah.
But there's no outlet there. So, and it's low voltage. So I ran a wire through the ceiling and down. Well, when they came and did the inspection, they said you can't have any wires going from room to room that way.
Yeah. Well, it was you might have had it exposed on the wall. Is that what it was?
Yeah, it went over the loop and down into that outlet down there.
Yeah.
Now, I gotta believe it can't be too difficult to put another outlet on the other side of one outlet. If you have one outlet, is it easy to put an
Yeah,
outlet?
you can just
Like
drill a
piggyback them
hole.
on?
Yeah, piggyback. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't drill a hole in the wall and pull the wire through. It's got to be done right, or
Yeah.
you won't get it
have
through.
to. Yeah, you have to go down the wall.
Yeah,
Get the wire through. Yeah.
so which was really pretty interesting for me. And we have the Stevie studio, so there's a rat's nest of wires that we deal with here, and you can surely appreciate that because in your music studio, You have a
Oh
rat's
yeah,
not a wire.
yeah, of course, yeah.
You know, when it comes to what you do, what's your favorite thing to do? Like, what? Not what's the easiest, but what gets you the most pleasure? Like, just to give you an example, I had a painter in, and they love to do epoxy floors.
Yes.
That's just, what's your favorite thing? I mean, you prefer to do generators, lighting, fans, low voltage. What do you like to do?
Well, my favorite thing I like to do is solving the problem, making the customer happy. Because electrical, as you know, it can be very complex.
Right.
So when we get a call and things are not working, and it's in the middle of the night, and we get out there and we make it happen at an affordable price, and the customer's happy, and that's what really makes me happy.
So, you've been doing this business a long time,
Yeah.
and some of the things that you have when you're an entrepreneur is, I want you to know that he probably makes $1.17 an hour, because that's what it is being in business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty
And
much, yeah.
you have a staff.
Yeah. We have 4 people here.
Okay. So we have to be responsible for them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
FP&L can't say, "Hey, my client." I can't tell FP&L my client didn't pay me. Sorry,
Yeah.
you have to wait. It doesn't
Yeah,
happen
it doesn't
that
work
way.
that way. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't. The landlord's the same way.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting to the top of our time. How do people find you? Do you have a phone number?
Yeah, we're you can call us at 954-857-3722 in the Treasure Coast area at 772-877-4477.
You have a website?
Yeah, the website is www.purequalityelectric.com.
On the website, you can get to know about him, and there's a contact us if you don't want to call. But here's the thing: if something goes wrong, okay, it doesn't hurt to call, talk to him, tell him what the story is. He's been in it for a ton of years.
Yes.
Some of that stuff might even be able to be solved over the phone,
Over the phone, exactly.
so that they don't have to come out. He's here because he has the same mindset as we do, and that's, we want to help people. And it's not that we don't need money, because we all need money, but it's not just about the money.
Money, exactly.
Right. It's about making sure people are happy,
Happy, yeah.
and the
Safe.
job gets done, and say, oh, your industry's safe.
Safe, yeah.
My industry is safe too, because if you do video of a woman and she don't like the way she looks, she'll kill you. Okay, but I totally get it. Give out the number for Treasure Coast again, the phone number.
It's 772-877-4477.
And what's your area that you would work at?
So we cover from Sebastian all the way down to Broward County.
Wow. Guys, check them out. Go to the website, www.purequalityelectric.com.
Yeah.
Everybody have a great day. We'll be right back. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for having us.
Smitty?